Hey, Omaha, it's your man Aaron Darrell Gregory, your hip hop, dance, and community engagement manager at Omaha Performing Arts, and we are back with our fifth annual cooking experience with No More Empty Pots. I have two wonderful women here with me. We have Chef Mia,
Hello.
lead chef, and we're so glad to have her back.
Yes.
And we have one of the greatest voices in Omaha, one of our ambassadors. She has many, many titles, especially in my life. The Annette Crowder.
The Annette Crowder.
Yes.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
Yes, so we are excited for y'all to join us for Ain't No Food Like Soul Food. This demonstration is really going to teach us not only about the history of soul food amongst the Black community, but also how we can put a spin on it and make it healthier so that we can live longer. And before we get into that, I just want to quickly thank our sponsors for all of our Voices Amplified events. We have Humanities Nebraska, we have the Nebraska Cultural Endowment, we have the Nebraska Arts Council, FNBO, the Hearst Foundation, and Mutual of Omaha, and the National Endowment of the Arts.
Yes.
So with that being said, I'm going to step away and let these two ladies get to doing what they do, and I'm going to be behind the camera having a good time. So join in, wash your hands.
Wash your hands, please.
Spread love, not
Sanitize.
germs.
Sanitize.
And get to cooking, y'all. See?
Thank you.
Thank you, Aaron. Don't fall, baby. Don't fall. Okay. I just can't help it. It's just one of those things that comes along with it. Hey, Mimi.
Hey, how are you?
You know, I'm excited. This when you asked me to do this, it actually brought things full circle for me. It did. I mean, it takes me back to the first time when you came into my life. I should have known something was up because every time I went into the kitchen and came out with something, you were always like, "What's that? That's new." Okay, where'd she get that dish from? You ask Garen. Garen's, I have no idea. Garen happens to be my daughter, but anyway, I've just been cooking and just bringing things out. So to be able to be standing next to her, this is like full circle, and what a blessing! I'm excited.
Awesome.
Let's do this.
Yes, before we actually get started, I wanted to do a few things. One, I want to remind you that you had an assignment to do today. Your assignment entails that you, one, cooked your beans before you got started, and two, make sure that you pureed or you actually cooked your sweet potatoes before you got started as well. Those are important steps before we get started, because otherwise you just have to watch the recording later. Sorry, because those beans need to be cooked beforehand. And I got a little trick for you guys. The baking soda helps you. Baking soda, putting a little baking soda inside of your beans will give it that nice slow cook feeling in a short amount of time. So when you put your beans in the pot, make sure that you put a little bit of sprinkle of baking soda inside of there. Little sprinkle, not a lot. And let it go. Less than 45 minutes, you'll have some good beans ready to rock and roll. So yeah, that's one. Two, I also wanted to pay homage to my ancestors. One, I wanted to, who's calling to me is my aunt Ada May, my aunt Stell, and then also my great grandmother. So I wanted to bring them in with us and hope that they stay and hang out with us and give us their great energy while we're cooking today.
It's coming into the room.
Yeah.
I receive it. It's coming.
So the first thing we're going to do is I already have my beans rolling, and I've already got my sweet potatoes already sauteed, okay? Or pureed and sauteed. So the next thing we're going to do is let's get these grits rolling.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
So,
I was asking you earlier, these are they stone ground grits or quick grits?
So, sorry. Okay. Before we actually get started, let's go over the ingredients that we have. Yeah. We have the grits, we have the spinach, we have the sweet potatoes, we have the onions. I'm going to call this the soul seasoning. And this is the seasoning that we're going to use for the sweet potatoes. We got a little smoked paprika or paprika.
Yeah, we have the Rika.
And then, then we got a little plant-based butter, and we have the red beans or kidney beans. So this is all you will have in your box today. I just want to let you know that I'm going to add a little razzle-dazzle in mine today, only because that's my business. So we're going to go ahead and add the razzle-dazzle into mine. If you got time, add your own little razzle-dazzle later as well, okay? So
where do we start?
We're going to start with the grits.
Okay.
So I'm going to get my grits rolling.
Here they are here. And Mimi, when you said the plant-based butter, for those of us that really and truly are learning that concept, we're talking about unsalted butter.
Unsalted butter. even if you don't do plant-based butter and you do regular butter, always unsalted. Because you're going to end up putting your flavor or razzle dazzle into it later. So why put it in the butter and give it that salty effect? And then that way you don't give a chance to give the seasoning, the love in it. So unsalted butter is better than salted butter.
Yeah, I just lost that bit because I argued with somebody that it wasn't the case, but really it is. So unsalted butter, it is.
Yes. So I'm going to add some water into this pot here. Go set this down. And what I'm going to do is just,
I love these little bowls.
Yes, aren't they sweet?
Well, I think the whole putting the ingredients out like this makes it, you have no idea what my kitchen looks like, but it doesn't look like this.
So what it's called is mise en place.
Okay.
Yes, the better you are set up to cook, the better you are, and you won't have to be scuffling around looking for things.
Yeah.
You'll have everything you need all together.
I'm gonna learn that concept.
Mise en place, yes.
I am. I'm gonna learn it.
So we're gonna wait for the water to start boiling.
Okay.
In the meantime, we're gonna skip to the onions. You want to cut an onion?
Okay. I do, because I would like to know the perfect way to do it without me crying.
So the perfect way to do it while crying, put it in a refrigerator before you actually do it, or water.
Really?
Yes.
Like cold water?
Cold water.
Oh.
Cold water or the refrigerator will help you not have the tears.
Yeah, I should have had this conversation with my mother because she always made me cut the onions. Which is what I hate to do it.
So I just want you to cut the onions for me.
Okay.
It doesn't matter what size, what they look like. It's still going to taste good.
Okay.
So while Ms. Crowder is cutting the onions, let's talk about
into slices or
yes,
dicing?
let's cut the slices, please.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that'd be great.
All right.
Let me get you a bowl for your.
Yeah, because she's keeping me organized, which is a really good thing.
Yes, you always got to have a garbage bowl.
Always.
And here in No More Empty Pots, we do utilize our scraps. We make like veggie stock with it.
Oh, okay.
Save your scraps. Instead of buying veggie stock, then you'll know exactly what's in it because you made it yourself. So yeah, great veggie stock. Freeze them, put them in the freezer, make you some veggie stock later. Yes, and even this makes great veggie stock.
Wait a minute. This here?
Yeah, it just gives color. So
Really?
there are people that actually take the color of that onion and they actually use it as a dye. You can use it as a dye.
Okay.
So while Ms. Crowder is doing that, I'm waiting for my water to boil, and then I'm going to talk about grits. So when we talk about grits, I'm recalling hominy grits. You remember hominy grits?
Yes. And as a child, I just wasn't in favor of them. It looked real interesting to me, and not enough.
Very thick grits, very like round, they were really hard. I remember having hominy grits one time when I was younger, when my grandmother made it for me. But yeah, so I'm happy that grits came into play. Yes. Regular grits. We did cheat a little bit. You do have quick grits instead of the old school grits because we don't have that much time for you to be swirling and twirling in the pot.
No.
Excuse me. So that's why we put quick grits in there for you. Now I switched out the collards that we normally would do, and we put spinach instead. Okay. I'm utilizing spinach because why not? Give you a different razzle dazzle flavor. And spinach doesn't take as long to cook, whereas collards and kale, you got to give it a little time. If you're making this bowl in a rush, in a hurry, the spinach will cook down fast enough for you to do what you need to do. And then also I wanted to talk about the red beans. When you're talking about red beans in the African American community, you always see red beans and rice.
Absolutely.
But if you look back in the culture of red beans and rice or the color red was given for love. So it signifies love. People would give the dish or the red beans to people just to express to them that they love them.
I really need to go back and talk to my family because I'm like, they didn't express the love. They did not. They just said, listen, there's 5 of y'all and we about to make this stretch out a whole week. You're going to eat the beans whether you like them or not.
Yes.
That was the love.
That was the love.
I missed it. So, yeah, Mom, I'm sorry. I am. But like, wow. I love that, though.
Yes.
I love that. Okay.
So looking at soul food, Mom Crowder, what does soul food mean to you?
You know, one of the things that I loved about soul food is that no matter where you were at, whether it was on the dining room table or on the front porch snapping peas, it was a time for you to bond and to learn. Because the one thing that's very unique to the African American community is that sitting at the feet of our older people is really important, because you learn so much, and they tell you stories as they're snapping peas or they're cleaning greens or they're basically giving you instructions on how to do things. Now, their instructions are never going to be in the ingredient book, because you either have a taint here, I don't know how to spell that, you know, or you're going to just, you know, just bake it off in the middle and just throw it on in there. But more importantly, they showed you this is how you basically make this goodness. But more importantly, it's like they showed you love. And most of us remember the best part of the holiday was not the presents. It was being in the kitchen with Granny. It's being in the kitchen with my mom. I complain about it now, but what I wouldn't give anything to be cutting these onions and celery up with my mom, because she was always telling me, this is what you need to do. And, you know, and when I did this, you know, you got to turn it this way and get your hands all up in there. And it was a bonding moment. But the food itself, the soul basically was the soul of the family.
Yes.
It was.
Yes. And that's the great thing about not only just African Americans, but just people in general. If you have that, you're always supposed to put love into your food. Nobody wants a mean person to make a mean meal for them. That is just not, that's not what we do. So if you're feeling a little way while you're cooking food for the holiday, you might want to sit down, breathe, you know, do some meditation, and then jump back into it, because don't nobody want some nasty food from somebody that's being mean.
It would be to your benefit to not do that, because we also have a way of calling you out on the mean food too.
Facts.
And you'll get basically ostracized from the cookout from that point on too.
Period.
You can't come. You will not be invited.
You just bring napkins.
That's it. Just or ice. Or ice.
Or ice.
Yes,
Yep.
bring the ice. Yes.
Yep. So I'm gonna cut this is my extra little razzle dazzle in here. I'm gonna put some peppers in here. So the important thing about a pepper is that you get all your money's worth. The only thing that should be left is this piece and this piece. This right here is a bitter portion of the pepper, and you don't want to put that in your food, because you don't want your food to be bitter. So I normally omit that part, but this pepper was a 77 cents. I got my worth of 77 cents out of here. So
what a bargain.
So yeah, all I'm gonna do is cut these in strips.
What made you choose the yellow one? The standard one is the green one, but I like the coloring.
Color.
Okay.
Yeah, and it has a sweeter effect too. I wanted to play off the sweetness of the sweet potato, and make the sweetness and savoriness come out of both.
It smells good.
Thank you.
It does. I'm like, okay.
So it sounds like our water is boiling here now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put these wonderful grits inside here. You can keep those grits over there. So.
No, did you salt it or put anything, or is it just basic water?
I didn't salt it yet.
Okay, so you don't beforehand.
Normally you can, yes, but I don't salt until the end, because I want my seasoning and my love to come towards the end.
When it all love up in there. I like that. Okay.
So that it comes all together.
Okay.
So
I'm looking like I ain't never cooked grits before, but I mean, I'm always about the opportunity to learn a different, more unique way too, just so they can get plump and not bitey.
Yes, and even with these 5-minute grits. 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
You still have to give it a little bit more than 5 minutes in this pot, because sometimes they end up being a little bit harder. So we're gonna let this cook down. Thank you for doing that, Mom Crowder.
You're welcome. Now, the technique you use, hey, those you watching, trust me. You can tell already the way I butchered the onion that it was not on the level.
You didn't butcher. You did an awesome job. You did a good job.
I did good on the onion.
On your
Got
onion.
it. All right.
Yeah. I just helped you out and just made it into little strips. That's all.
You did, and I appreciate that. I do.
So as you can see, the grits are thickening, which is the wonderful thing.
So you leave them on boil. You haven't turned the heat down yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Because when I'm gonna put the cream in there, then I'll turn them down. I am gonna turn it down now, because it's trying to pop at me. We ain't trying to do all that now. We're not trying to do all that.
Yeah, I've had to run from some of them many a time.
Grits
but
is
it's
hot.
worth it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn it down a little bit more. You might want to wear an eye guard or something.
Yeah.
You know, an apron.
That's why I'm on this side.
Have some on deck. Also, I like my grits to be a little bit more, have a little bit more love in it. So I'm going to put 2 pats or 2 things of butter in mine because that's my business.
And it's butter.
It's
right.
butter. It's butter.
Right.
It is plant-based butter, but it's still good.
Do what
it's
the
still good.
ancestors tell you to do. Let them guide you.
Period.
Mhm.
So I'm going to turn this down some more. And I'm going to add my cream. And you guys have about a cup, maybe a cup and a half in your box. So I'm going to add some here.
The versatility and the use for heavy cream is just
Oh my goodness.
amazing.
Who would have known that you could use heavy cream in mashed potatoes?
Yes.
Oh my Lord.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it's a wonderful
And
thing.
it does. It just makes you go, It does.
Yes. And then using them in your grits. I'm trying to figure out who gave me that idea to do that. It wasn't like TikTok or anything like that. I think I was doing some research in one of my books and found that you use a little bit. Do you use whipping cream in yours?
You know, here's the crazy part about it. I do now, and how I basically really started to using heavy whipping cream is when I was trying to do keto, and that became one of the things that you could use.
Oh,
you
that's
know,
cool.
instead of milk or half and half or evaporated milk.
Okay.
And it became a staple, you know, like I said, in making a good sauce. Like when I do like Brussels sprouts.
Yeah.
You know, and you make them creamy Brussels sprouts, that heavy whipping cream comes in clutch. It really does.
Okay, that's awesome.
But no, I love it. I love it in grits. See, those look nice and plump. I like that.
Thank you.
I don't tell you what mine looked like when I first started. Mine look like that.
But do you make grits very often?
You know, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
But there is occasion that you always know that when the family comes over,
Mm-hmm.
then that's when all the good stuff
All the good
comes
stuff
out.
comes out.
That's when it comes out, because that's
Oh,
when
yeah.
I'm like experimenting and doing things. Some are hits, some are misses. You know.
Yes.
You know, I know that the one trifle I did, it was still a mystery to you and Garen. So you know, yeah. Remember, it was in a bowl. You had to dig in it. Y'all didn't know what it was anyway. Yeah, you remember? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he was.
Mm-hmm.
That was a miss.
Can you pass me the sweet
I
potatoes?
sure can, right here. Okay, but we digress. Yes, we digress. And scene, and we're back. And we're back. Yes.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some of the sweet potatoes into the grits.
I mean, when you did the sweet potatoes, how did you do that?
So what I did was I used everything. I used the skin.
Okay.
The skin has nutrients in it as well. There are some people that don't like the skin in their sweet potatoes. This is not for a pie.
Right.
It's for the actual grits. So that's why I use the skin in there as well. But then after I got done, then I used an immersion blender. If you don't have that, that's fine.
You should get one. It's love.
Yes.
It is. I love immersion.
$14.99 Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
You can get you a nice little baby immersion.
And you feel all professional when you're doing it.
You really do. Even if I was not a chef, I feel professional when anytime you use an immersion blender.
Absolutely.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold in these sweet potatoes.
Now, this is a sweet potato, not a yam.
Not a yam.
Okay.
The difference is the color.
Okay.
Yams are normally white.
Okay.
And yeah, the difference, people should know the difference of the two. But yeah, I'm gonna mix this around.
Oh my God, that looks amazing.
And make sure you get to the bottom. You want to make sure all the love is all together.
Absolutely.
Matter of fact, I'm just gonna add the rest of this in here. Cause why not? I made it.
I like that. Why not? See, that's when the answers. Baby, just put it in the bowl.
Don't put it all together.
Drop it open in that pot. Where the goodness is at.
Yes. So while that's mixing, I'm also gonna add my butters.
Okay.
One.
Like the butters, the plural with an S
butters.
on it. Yeah. Okay.
And then number 2.
Okay. Number 2 butters.
Number 2 butters.
Yeah.
Get that all together now here.
See, now the love is just spreading around now.
Yes, it is.
Ooh. You can at least smell the aroma already. It just, and there's not even seasoning in it, but the aroma is just already engulfed.
Yeah,
right
no
now.
seasoning yet. We're going to put some seasoning in there. So what we're going to do is always taste your food. Make sure you taste your food. So I'm going to bring out these spoons.
Do you know how hard that is?
What?
To taste your food? And I don't know why. But just recently, it's like when you cook, I'm so used to saying, here, you taste
it.
You know, but to taste it yourself,
yes.
you know, it just, that was a new concept for me. I'm like, but yes, you should taste your food.
Yeah, you always want to taste your food before you have somebody else taste your food, because then they can you can give an opinion back to them. Yeah, that's important. So I'm gonna taste my. Did they good? I just need some more. You want to taste them?
Yeah, I do, because you saw me tapping my foot. I'm like, she's sitting up here smacking. Come on, taste your food. You know, and I'm sitting up here. I'm like, so I don't get to taste. Oh. Okay, I'm right there.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
So I'm gonna cook it down a little bit more.
grits and sweet potato. Oh my God, this is amazing.
It's your first time having sweet grits and sweet potato?
Not mixed together.
Not mixed together? Really?
No, it's the first.
Really?
It's the first. I'm learning with the rest of y'all. I am, and I'm out.
Yes, it's a new one.
Okay. You have to get me a little Tupperware bowl or something. Take some home.
So we can put that. You can put that under
Okay.
under here. So I'm gonna let these cook down.
Yep. I go to work tomorrow and tell them, what you eating? Hey,
None of your business.
None of your. But then there's probably some that are watching, thank God, because they told me, I'm watching Miss Crowder. We're going to see, and I'm going to give a little shout out to you all. Great. You're not getting none, but because you got your own kids.
That's it. And not only that, but then you guys can compare. Hey,
Yeah.
how did your
How did it turn out?
Yeah, how did yours turn out? So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have you. Can you cut this other other pepper for me?
Okay,
Please?
I got to remember how you did that. Did you do it like this?
Yes, did it like
Okay.
that.
You said
Mhm.
that.
Yep. And then the bottom portion.
Oh, then the bottom portion. Gotcha. All right.
There we go.
Okay. And then you did something like this.
Come closer this way.
Right here?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh.
There you go.
Look at me learning.
There
All
you
right
go.
now, shoot. You can't tell me nothing. Look at this. See, it's right here.
It's
like
right there.
she described. I feel like Vanna, you must have this when you finish. Because, well, that's what Mia said. Got it.
That's it.
I love it. Okay. Oh, there's a bowl. And you want to cut in strips?
Yes, please.
Okay. Got it.
Thank you.
That part I got.
And I am adding a little of the soul seasoning inside of the sweet potato grits, just to kind of give it a little
Now, did they get any soul seasoning?
They did.
Okay.
You do have soul seasoning in there.
Yeah.
You have the smoked paprika. You have salt. You have kosher salt. So, ladies and gentlemen, please be careful with that kosher salt. It is a little bit more heavier.
Oh.
I have regular table salt, but kosher salt is larger and it is more saltier. So please, please, please be cautious and careful with it. I did give you a lot, or I did give you more than what you were supposed to have. But that's me giving you love in the situation. So you have a little extra razzle dazzle to do with your meal if you enjoyed it.
Yes, and if people ask you, girl, where'd that taste come from? Tell them that's that seasoning with soul.
Uh-huh.
You don't know nothing about that, though. You don't know nothing about that.
It's my secret.
That's the secret.
Yeah, that's a secret. I might tell you.
You're not gonna
I'm not going to tell you.
I'm gonna let you know right. She's not gonna tell you
I'm not going to
because
tell you.
even I don't know. Hey, so don't ask me. I'm serious. I don't even know.
I did give you guys a description of it. I gave you a little bit of what's in there, but not everything. You can't give people your full recipe.
Can you say that again for the people in the back? I'm serious because sometimes people are like, well, you left something else. Yes, I did.
I did.
This is your opportunity to make that recipe your own.
That's it.
You can't use my stuff.
You can use my stuff. That's it. That's how I always will give a person. If they ask me for it, I'm going to give it to them. But I'm always going to leave something out.
Yes, something. Yes.
Always.
Absolutely.
I'm going to leave something out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I make it for you,
Yes. You get the full.
You get the full.
You get the full effect.
But I'm still not telling you
No.
everything.
And there's a certain times, when you're about to add a certain little ingredient in there, that's when you ask them, could I get some water over there, please? Just grab that. Just reach around and grab that for me.
Right. And
You
throw
know,
your
and that's
seasoning in there.
Yes, absolutely.
So what I'm going to do is I'm getting my pot ready. I'm getting my pan ready because I'm getting ready to go ahead and saute these up.
Ooh, saute. Just the sound of that sounds good.
Can you pass me that butter that's
Okay, this here right
in
here.
display? Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
More butters. With
More
an S.
butters.
Yes. Just sizzling good. Give me one of them pans.
You want these pans?
Well, I mean, like I said, they were advertising like the pans for Black Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a whole lot of hoops you had to jump through with that, but like that's
This
okay.
particular pan is a Winco. You wouldn't know that.
No, I
because,
sure wouldn't.
The handle is not on it, but that's neither here nor there. But it is a Winco pan. Restaurant Depot has one.
Really? Okay.
Have you been to Restaurant Depot?
I have not, but I am going because you have told me time and time again, Mom, that's where you should go.
We should go.
So I like that field trip. Let's do it.
Let's do
okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to saute my onions.
Onion.
I'm going to do them all because I want to make sure that everybody gets a little love today.
Okay. All right. Trying to separate them by color.
You fine.
Okay. We are diversity though, but still we're gonna separate you by color.
We are diversity.
Right now.
I just want to make sure that everybody had a little time in the pan before everybody else did. That's all.
That's right. Red and yellow matters.
In the pot, we all cousins. Period. So there you go. I'm gonna turn these down. So what's gonna happen is we're actually making the bowl. So what's gonna come together is we're gonna put our sauteed spinach. We're gonna put our onions and our peppers together, and we're gonna put our red beans on the actual plate together. We'll do a plating together. So you'll learn how to plate today as well.
Plating is good.
Yes,
it is. It's very, very good. Because it makes your food look very, very appetizing.
Absolutely.
And I think I learned this from this lady when I was working at Greyhound Trailways, and she came in and she brought her lunch, but her plate looked amazing. I'm like,
that's it.
Okay,
that's what
so
it's
you
supposed
clean
to
it around the edges and the colors is just popping or whatever.
Yes, your
I want my
eye
plate to look like that.
Your eye is always supposed to go to the center of your plates.
Which is why
always center.
When you go somewhere and the food is good, the camera eats first. You take a picture of it.
Camera eats first.
Yes.
So because you talked about it, everybody going this time.
Yes. Everybody going there in unity. We got this.
I'm even gonna get you too. You ain't.
There you go.
Gonna get left behind. Matter of fact, you was right on the soul seasoning, so I'm putting a little soul seasoning in there. Right.
So no pepper left behind. I like
no pepper left behind.
There you go.
There you go. I'm also gonna put a little pepper in here. I didn't put pepper in your package, but I hope you got pepper at home.
Now, is that ground pepper or?
That's just regular ground pepper.
I got you. Okay.
And if you got any other things in your pantry that you want to add to it, go right ahead. Make sure you taste as you go. Please taste as you go.
That looks wonderful as you're bringing that in there. And so do you still saute it until the onions are a little translucent?
Just a little bit, yes. Okay. I don't want them to be completely translucent because when I add my my spinach in there, I want to make sure that it cooks down all together.
Okay.
Completely.
This just looks the smell is just amazing right now.
Smell-o-vision will be wonderful. They need to invent that smell-o-vision.
Oh, it is. It just.
And me, I kind of like my peppers a little al dente. How about you?
I do. Okay. I do. Vegetables, period.
Even
cabbage, I like it just a little bit.
Just a little bit of crunch,
when it gets too soggy, I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
But yes, I like it there. And you're right, smell-o-vision is amazing. Two things, if you're in another room, when you hear sizzling and then that smell hits you, it's like, okay, there's no sense. I got to go in and see what's going on.
That's it.
These are some good looking spinach.
So this is local. It's from an Iowa farmer. Here, in Iowa.
I'm like, no, this didn't come out of a bag, or did it?
No, ma'am.
Okay,
this is all local here. The onions are local. The spinach is local. The sweet potatoes are local.
Okay.
And the beans are local as well.
Nice.
Did you know?
They look real pretty.
Yes, they do look very pretty. Yeah. So I'm putting my love into this, even if it looks a lot more healthier, but at the same time, I'm still cooking for my soul. I want you to be aware of that. And I hope that while you're cooking this, you're putting a little love in it as well. Normally when I'm in the kitchen, I play music. Music is always a part of when I cook. Early in the morning, I try to keep it down a little bit so my wife doesn't wake up and the dogs wake up. But music is part of how I cook food, and everybody knows that I'm in the kitchen because the music is on.
But that's still a soul food thing too.
Yes.
I mean, I'm telling you, listen, I know about Bobby Blue Band because that's what my mama had playing.
Come on, Bobby Blue Band.
With that and the Temptations going on,
Yes.
I know all those songs. And of course, once my daughter got older, whatever, trust me, she knows some of the old school funk because she's like, Mama, what else was we listening to besides George Clinton and Bootsy talking about Hallelujah? My name is Casper. So I mean, it just brings that spiritual element to it you know, and I mean, you actually learn to dance, like that skillet dance.
The skillet dance.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, you got to have the
Yes.
skillet
Come
dance.
on, skillet dance.
Absolutely.
What's one of the things you miss like doing with your mom when cooking?
Two things. My mother was all about presentations, everything,
Yes.
and my mother made the best pineapple upside down cake.
Ooh.
But another thing she did, and she was ahead of her time.
Okay.
My mom decorated cakes.
Really?
Yes, I mean, I think one time she made me help her decorate a sheet cake for this guy that was into golfing. She actually designed a golf course on this cake.
Wow.
And found like little toys. Now, mind you, this is like back in 1970. We ain't gonna go too further than that, but still, it was that time before cake decorating was a thing.
Yes.
You know, and so she was ahead of her time. But just watching her do that, her cakes were just legendary. She had a process and a technique now, and it's crazy. Her pineapples upside down cake looked amazing. I didn't care for them because I didn't like hot pineapples. But
like hot pineapples?
that was one. I was a weird child that picked it off. You know, I just was the one. You know, we had strawberry shortcake. I took off the strawberries.
Took off the
'cause I'm
strawberries?
like, you know, wet strawberries on this cake didn't make sense to me. You know, I was an oddball that, you know, and I didn't like my food touching. That's not a thing now, but back then it's like, it's touching, I can't eat it.
Understandable.
Yeah. But yeah, I do miss that. And talk, and, you know, we share what happened on the Young Nebraskans because that was our bond.
Come on,
yes.
Young Nebraskans.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, she'd be cooking. Did you see what Victor did today? I said, I sure did. He's clowning, Mama. He's clowning. He goes, woo! They gonna get him. I said, yes, they are.
That's one thing about soul food. It does bring you together. It also allows you to have those conversations.
Absolutely.
I miss being able to sit around the table with my grandmother, grandfather, and just have those moments of just conversating over some fried chicken.
Absolutely.
Period.
Absolutely. Kind of takes us back to the days when I first met Mimi. I just had a thing, you know. We dined by candlelight.
Yes.
We stopped at Baker's, got some chicken. Okay. And we prepared the sides, and we come by. Well, the first time we did it, you know, and I lit the candles. Certain person asked me, "What's going on? Did y'all pay the light bill?" I'm like, "That's not what's happening." But it just on Sundays was my time to find out what was going on with my daughter during the week because it was so busy, and that's what my mom did. She always had Sundays. That was the day, you know, hey, tell me what's going on in your world. You know, so we got a chance to do that. And sitting around the table, you know, that's my thing.
Yes.
I need to hear you say, pass this, give me this, give me that. And to talk and maybe talk a little trash every now and then, but still, that was the family dynamic and the feelings. I want some green beans too. Well, I'd get them if so-and-so would pass them. But they still sitting down there, you know.
I want to thank Ms. Crowder for that because now I had to buy a table. And so that me and my family, we can sit around the table and actually converse. It's a wonderful feeling to be able to do that with your family because you don't get those moments back. And my baby's 15 and he's getting older and now he don't want to sit at the table. So I have to cherish the moments that I do get when he sits at the table with me to eat. So, yeah.
Oh, you're welcome. That just was a thing for me. It was like, no, you're not going to dig out the pot and this is what you do and then go sit in front of a TV. We're here to interact with each other. So tell me what's going on in your world, you know. Tell me what you're thankful for or tell me what, you know, just tell me and what's going on. And it was interesting because at first I'm like, Garen, this is our thing, but I know you have friends that probably don't think that that's a good thing. That was not the case with her friends.
I am blessed.
They all love being at that table.
Yes.
I mean, seriously, hey, we want the biscuits. We want all of it.
All
Ms.
of
Crowder bringing out that kitchen.
The whole
Let's look at
shenanigans.
it. So it was great.
So what I'm going to do is, this is a very simple meal. And
Pretty
you can eat
bowls.
it anytime. These are pretty bowls.
Very pretty.
Yes. Get you some good dollar store bowls.
Absolutely.
That's pretty.
They have some pretty bowls.
I said dollar store. Uh-huh.
Absolutely.
So what we're going to do is we're going to put some grits inside of this bowl.
Yes. This loveliness is just amazing. Did we really do all this and shit? We just been talking.
Did.
All right.
That's the wonderful thing about cooking and talking. It makes the time go by too as well. So
look at this.
I'm gonna put some.
Won't he do it? Come on now.
Some spinach on here with the peppers and things. You have spinach and onions. If you got some peppers at home, put a little razzle dazzle of that in there as well.
I know your kitchen must be smelling heavenly because it smells good up in here.
Yes, ma'am. Then we got our beans ready to rock.
You got to have the beans.
Yes.
Oh.
These beans right here as well. And don't forget to give your beans some love as well. Taste those. Put a little smoked paprika in there. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure that all your razzle dazzle is together.
All of it.
I'm going to clean this off.
Okay.
And what I want you to do is try it, Mom Crowder.
You want me to try them?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I wanted to make sure you said that louder because I'm like, I wasn't quite sure if you said that because I was like, girl, if you don't let me try something. so I heard you correctly. Gotcha. Okay. I'm so excited. Oh, I just am. Give me little beans up in here.
Yes, get you a little beans.
Oh my
so
God.
the beans are actually going to be your substitution for meat. The beans, you don't need the meat. You don't miss the meat. The beans give you what you need.
The flavor on these beans is amazing.
Thank you.
So you got the flavor on the beans and then the slight crunch on the vegetables. But these sweet potato grits, my God. Oh my God. Do I have to give you back the bowl?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm going to make another one so we can take pictures of that one.
Okay. All right, oh my gosh, this is just so amazing. And maybe we can bring that one guy back to see if he wants.
Yeah, that one guy can come back and get some
okay.
too as well. Yes, please do.
Oh my God, this is good. I will be trying sweet potato grits.
Please do.
Believe me, it'll probably be this weekend. But anytime you have a good sauteed vegetable on top of it, this is just amazing.
And it doesn't have to be sweet potato. It could be anything you want to try something different. That's the whole thing about soul food and making it more healthier. Try something different. Expand your palate. Things that you love to eat, try it in a different way so that, it makes you love it. Have a better love for it. Simple, easy, simple, with love. This is our sweet potato grit bowl. Enjoy.
I was gonna say because I stopped talking. I stopped talking. This is good. Oh wow.
Yeah. So enjoy, please.
Enjoy. That was fun. Did I do okay?
Thank you, Mom Crowder.
Really?
Thank you.
I said so much. Aaron, you got to